Yeah, what's good with it, YouTube? I'm back. And for what I'm saying is, boy, with Woo! Topic of this video is going to be called "There's No Such Thing as an African American." Hear me out. There's no such thing as an African American. Okay? Really. It's like saying, it's like saying, look, are you, it's like saying, I'm a North American. Okay, let me tell you something. We're all American born. To say we're African American, that means somebody has to be born a hybrid of every area of Africa. There has to be a mixed race there has to be somebody from, has to have some kind of genetic makeup from everywhere in Africa, and has to be American. Most of the slaves came from West Africa. Well, West African mutts, just like Sergeant Willie Pete said in this video a while back. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as an African American, because if there was, there would be a pure mutt. It would be a pure African mutt. Pure African mutt. From every area of Africa. Every area. Especially since the fact you got different beauty standards within West Africa. You got different types of people. You have a diverse races of people in West Africa. There's all kinds of races within the West African continent. So, I'm telling you, there's no such thing as African American. We are, however, West African American subsidiaries. I've said this in many videos on how the findings of Henry Louis Gates and the events that went down in the 90s on what black is, and black men were in and everything, prompted, how the media and everything said, look, okay, we just can't clump all these people as black here anymore. There has to be a way to say, look, we're different. Everybody's different. Like I said in many videos, this is what Congress finalized. It was proposed years ago. Nobody knows, but this is what has been finalized. Now, according to non-blacks, like whites, whatever, they gonna identify everybody black as black. That's not true. You got so many diverse of the so-called black race, 100+ races of the so-called black race include West Africa, even in West Africa. But in America and in other European countries, we're known as West African subsidiaries. But there's 3.5 types there's 3.5 races within the West African American subsidiary, or the West African subsidiary. I'm going to talk about the West African Americans, the subsidiaries, which is us. It's black. Of course, with the brown paper bag rule, I always say in these videos what they did. Brown paper bag rules being upgraded. Anybody two shades darker than brown paper bag is darker. That's what black is. Coffee men, mocha women are considered brown skin. Anybody peanut butter complexion or lighter is what's brown if they're not of a mixed race. Mixed race people are mahoganies. Back into my biracial dog loose video, I explained how Congress said, okay, they were brown. I made a mistake. They're mahogany people, because they realized mahogany is a lighter shade of brown to identify multiracials, the half black and half X type people. So that race, that black race, is divided into 4 races: kudos to Thomas Sotomayor and all the work he does. You know, he's racist, but kudos to him. And Negroes and beef, this crackhead don't give a fuck. That kind of bothers me a bit that Negroes and beef say crackhead attacks Thomas Sotomayor. Well, guess what? Negro beef attacks crackhead. Negroes and beef attacks crackhead because Negroes and beef has no life. And I'm kind of flattered because that shows me why not to fuck with a lot of niggas. And I can't claim black because I'm non-touche dog and a brown paper bag. I'm not a black man. I can't claim black. I have to claim brown because my mother was mahogany and my daddy was black, so therefore I'm brown. But anybody half black and half mahogany and own, or rather half non-West African American subsidiary, or rather non-mahogany and own, is considered mahogany. Or rather half. In other words, if you're half West African American subsidiary and half another race, then you're mahogany. Obama is the first Afro-mahogany president, or rather Kenyan mahogany president. He's not the first black. We have yet to have a first black president. And I say this all the time. Y'all loose. Any multi-race, any mahoganies, y'all loose. Y'all are still loose. Understand it. They did. Congress did this. Yeah, the non-West African American subsidiary gonna still label you as all black. Y'all all alike. Y'all not. It's not based on features. It's based on skin tone. Because you got a lot of black-looking Puerto Ricans that's just considered Puerto Ricans. You got a lot of black, them so-called black, Dominicans that's still Dominican. Well, West African American subsidiaries. Again, there's no such thing as an African American. There is a North. You call me. You might as well call me a North American. That's where I'm from. I was born here. My ancestors was from West Africa. Let's be accurate. Since it's just West Africa, we don't know what exact tribe or whatever. God bless Adams Haley. I'm just going to call myself, and this is what we are, West African American subsidiaries of 3.5 different races: the blacks, the coffee slat for the men / mocha women, the brown, and the mahoganies. That's 3.5. Or rather, I should say just 3 full if you don't count the mixed race. If you don't count the multi-race, the so-called the bi-race, or other words, mahoganies. So therefore, think about it real good. There's no such thing as an African American. Well, West African American subsidiaries, and I think that's enough.